Washington Commanders Nation, it's happened, y'all. It's happened. We're here. We're finally fucking here. I want to thank you, Heavenly Father, for shining your light on me. It's a parade inside my city, y'all. Daniel Snyder has agreed in principle to a deal to sell the Washington Commanders to the Josh Harris, Mitchell Rales, Magic Johnson group. We knew it was coming, especially after the announcement that Jeff Bezos was out yesterday. That was the final straw we needed. It was the final hump to get over the camel's back. This dweeb fucker is out of our lives forever. Yes, they have to sign the paperwork and push it through for the NFL owners to vote on it at the next owners meetings, I believe May 22nd. But we know who it's going to be. Owner of the Sixers, Crystal Palace, and New Jersey Devils hockey team, Josh Harris, DC billionaire Mitchell Rales, and Showtime's own Irvin Magic Johnson. Make some fucking noise in the chat. W's in the chat. Dan is fucking out of here. And it appears that he's going to get the $6 billion that he sought out to get the whole time through this entire sales process. I feel emotional right now. I feel like I'm at my child's wedding. I feel like I'm going, like, bruh, this shit feels triumphant. I feel like a fucking Marvel Avenger right now. I feel amazing. How are y'all feeling right now on this Thursday afternoon? Sportico reported it. The Small Business Journal, Ian Rappaport confirmed it. This shit is real, yo. Appreciate you, Saucy Drip, for the donation. Appreciate the 106 in the chat right now. Smash that like button. Pull up in the chat. Let's celebrate this shit, y'all. What is going on, man? What is going on? We back, baby. It's a parade inside my city. Yeah, John Morant voice. Harris, Rales, and Magic. Yep, it's their team now, bruh. We have a new owner. We have new ownership coming in Washington. And what that means is all of the karma and bullshit circus shit show that came with Daniel Snyder, it leaves to the UK with him. Pray for your friends out in London. My boy Andy Burrows and them. I pray for everybody in the UK because there's a fucking idiot moving into your country. He can fuck up anything. Don't let him near your favorite sports franchise. He may ruin it for 2 decades. And I don't wish that shit on nobody because being a fan of a sporting team is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be thrills. It's supposed to be the thing that distracts us from our fucking miserable lives. Our getaway. Appreciate you for the $9.99 donation. First drink on me. My next question is, where's the parade and who's hosting that shit? I'm not responsible enough to host the parade, but I'll damn sure be at that motherfucker. I'll be there for sure. Oh, man. Hold on. Let me see something. Charles Gasparino, this is what Dan Snyder is saying to man, shut the fuck up. Like, no, fuck all that. Dan Snyder's gone. I don't want to hear any, but it's not done yet. I don't want to hear none of that shit today. We are celebrating. We got the Magic Man in the building. Josh Harris, congratulations. You lost the bid for the Denver Broncos. You get a better prize. You get the team in the nation's capital. You get the team in the nation. Ain't no Broncos country. Let's ride. Josh Harris, Mitchell Rales, Magic Johnson. You are a commander. Team isn't moving. Shut the fuck up. Like, what are y'all talking about? The team ain't going to. The team will never leave the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, period. We're not even going to discuss that over here. Let's go, man. We just won our fucking Super Bowl. That's our off-season Super Bowl. We don't win off-seasons here anymore, but we just won the off-season with this move right here. Dan is fucking Dan is fucking selling the team. He's out of here. He's out of here. He's out of here. Now we can move on to other things. What are we doing first under new ownership? Well, hopefully we get fucking one of the hard knocks, either the training camp or the in-season version, so we can show off the differences in new ownership, the differences in culture, the differences in the vibe and the aesthetics. First thing the new owner should do upon getting to Ashburn, it ain't the stadium. It's to get some fucking real internet in Ashburn. So when they do a press conference, we can actually understand it, see it, and enjoy it from beginning to end. So first things first, knock some cell towers down, put some new ones up, and take the fucking the dial-up internet that's currently at Ortho Virginia Training Center at Commanders Park. Honestly, change the name of the changing the name of the team. Change the name of the facility right now, because Redskins Park was easy to say. That's a mouthful. In case you don't know, currently the team's facilities is called Ortho Virginia Training Center at Commanders Park. That's way too much words. And you're not even going to get that whole sentence out on the shit Wi-Fi they have every time they post a live stream or press conference out of there. So first things first, the little things, the internet. Then we can talk stadium. I know people have a preference for where the stadium goes. Dan Snyder's gone. So I really could give a fuck where the stadium goes. Just make it nice. Make it state of the art and make it not a toilet bowl like the stadium that Dan Snyder built for this team. We are here, baby. We are fucking here to celebrate. Dan Snyder is out of our hair for good. This news and Rio's worth 1,000. All I got is 10. Let's fucking go. Hey, man, 10 is more than enough, man. I appreciate the donation, man. We are out here, bro. Commanders Nation, stand up. Stand up. If you see anybody in the chat defending Dan Snyder or having anything positive to say about him, tell them to fuck off, and this is not the stream for you, because there's a parade inside my city. Yeah. We're out here right now. Let me hear it. Let's see what they talking about in the chat. I hope he goes to hell yeah. Most likely he won't, because you know the billionaires and the people of that level, they never really go behind bars. Him and the former president, I'm not even going to say his name on this show because I don't even get into politics, but guys like that, they always manage to get out with a little slappy slap on the wrist and some embarrassment to their name, but they don't ever have to. I do wish, though. I wish the worst for him, man. I wish nothing but negative things for Daniel Snyder going forward. But ultimately, he is the winner in all this, because we're not the ones cashing a $6 billion check. He's cashing a $6 billion. He probably gonna owe half of that shit to other people with all his fucked up business ventures and his malpractice of running this organization. This man is stealing money from fans, suing fans, spending millions of the team's money without reporting it to put logos on jets, everything, man. This shit is crazy, bro. But everybody congregate. Tell your friend to tell a friend that the Commanders are back up. The price of the brick has gone up. The Commanders are back in fucking business. Fuck Dan Snyder. Where's the parade? Who's hosting it? Somebody responsible in the chat. Make a gathering. Make an announcement. Organize this shit. I'll be there to document it. I don't got it in me to plan some shit like that, bro. I don't got it in me to pull off that, but I'll definitely be there to document it and have a ball. Drinks. Everybody pop bottles. Can they fix us to win a Super Bowl within 2 years? Hey, we gotta fuck with the script writers of the NFL. We gotta find them and let them know. Hey, what better story to write in the NFL right now than Washington getting back to its glory? The glory that existed before I was on this earth. I like to blame this fandom is so toxic. I be blaming myself for why the team fails. I be blaming myself for losses on Sunday. This team was fine before Rio got on this earth. I was born October 91. These motherfuckers went 14-2 and won the Super Bowl and have proceeded to be ass for my entire 31, almost 32 years of life. And most of that has come under the ownership of Daniel Snyder. He's bought the team and absolutely sullied it and dug the grave deeper and deeper and deeper. We haven't even been allowed to be mediocre in peace. We aren't even the worst team in the league. We're not even a bottom 3 team in the league, bottom 5 team in the league. We're just mediocre. But the worst part is that we couldn't even be average in peace. We are winning 6 and 7 games, but managing to garner headline after headline, scandal after scandal, consistently, habitually being a shit show for the duration of 2 decades plus here. So for those who say, y'all are hyping it, Dan ain't even the problem. Dan is the fucking problem. He's the root of it. He's the head of the snake here. He's the head and the body. He is the reason the main source of why this team has not been able to find success in the last 24 years of his ownership. He is the problem. Y'all heard that Taylor Swift song before? It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. Dan Snyder says that shit in his mirror every fucking morning before he hops on his yacht and watches IMAX videos on his dumbass boat. And then steps off the boat and tells the draft guys to draft the guy because they went to school with my son. That's who owned this franchise. Ineptitude, misogyny, nonsense. I would say let's pour one out for the good times, but there were very few and far between here. We had a couple fun off seasons where, you know, he would go make it fun. We'd go make a splash. He'd fire up the jet, and we would go on a world tour to get every fucking free agent in this jump. We're sick of it, bro. We're sick of it. Talk that talk, bro. Talk that talk. Dan Snyder, it's over. Is it in wax or in ink yet? No, but it's over. He has agreed in principle to sell this franchise for $6 billion to Josh Harris, Mitchell Rales, and Irvin Magic Johnson. You know what the funny thing about that is? They're the only real bidder on the table. I know Steve Apostolopoulos, the Greek-Canadian guy, he was allegedly in the mix, and Tillman Fertitta, but Josh Harris and them, they've been the only player in this process through the entire thing. They've wanted it. They've been like the only thoroughly vetted bidder that has been all over this process since it's begun. And they got it. They got it. Do we know? Is it a guarantee or a promise that this team is going to be a Super Bowl contender in the next 3 to 5 years because Dan is gone? No. But the guarantee is that immediately, the day they step their fucking 10 toes into Ashburn, the team is in better hands than it was under Daniel Snyder. And if you disagree, you're fucking wrong. You know, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But in this case, you're not. You're fucking wrong if you think anybody buying this team walks in and is not a better candidate to own this franchise than Daniel Snyder. Let's go. We lit, baby. We lit, baby. Snyder is out of here. Lamar, I don't know, man. I think that ship is sailed, man. I think that Lamar ship is sailed. This is our Super Bowl. Hell yeah. This is our. I hate autocorrect, man. I hate it. We gotta try to ride with how still paying and giving up the former RG3 for all these years later. No, we're not. No. The thing is, you give up the farm if you're right. And for one season, we were correct. We gave up the farm. That farm didn't do shit. It didn't build any houses in St. Louis. They didn't hit on any of those picks we gave to them. So nobody cares what you give up to acquire an asset if the asset is booming. If it turns into a thriving and booming business, you get an all-time great, nobody cares. It's when they fail, you look back and the revisionist history says, it was a mistake. You shouldn't have given up that much. Smash that like, y'all. We are celebrating in this motherfucker right now. Dan Snyder is out of here. This is like when the Cleveland Browns had their parade for going, hell yeah. Hell yeah. We got to do that shit. We got to do that shit. Man. Woo. I want this to be the pettiest toxic parade you've ever seen. I want them to put this shit in the sports history books. I want us to march on Washington like Dr. King to celebrate a man selling a football team because it means that much to us. They say, Rio, you're doing too much. No, I'm not. It means that much to me. I put a lot of time, money, energy into this football team. The results on Sundays affect my week. It affects my work week. It affects my livelihood. I hate going out into the public rocking these colors because I wear my colors all year long because we ain't never been good. So what am I take them off for? I'm wearing these colors and being publicly shamed like I got an A on my chest from the Scarlet Letter because I got on Washington's burgundy and gold. I'm tired of that shit. I'm tired of people pointing and laughing everywhere you go. Boo, you're a bum-ass Commies fan. You're a bum-ass Deadskin fan. I want to wear these colors with pride, which I already do, even though we suck. I want to wear them with real pride, not embarrassment. Not the team that has toilets raining on fans during the season. Not the team who stadium almost killed the opposing quarterback walking into the locker room on Sunday. Or the field that has sacrificed many ligaments and bones and lower body injuries because of the inept playing surface over the last 24 years. What is it going to feel like to see some actual stability in this building? Can you imagine it? Can you imagine? It does feel like the Berlin Wall just fell. And I want this shit to be documented. I want this to go down in the history book. I don't want people to forget this feeling or forget this day. What is it? April 13th. 2 weeks before the 2023 NFL draft, the fucking dweeb Daniel Snyder agreed in principle to sell the Washington Commanders, formerly known as the football team Redskins, to Josh Harris, Mitchell Rales, and Magic Johnson. Showtime has arrived in the DMV. I don't care where the stadium goes, just make it nice. Put a roof over that bitch so we can host the Super Bowl, the World Cup, the Olympics, all of that shit. But most importantly, put a fucking winning football team in that stadium. We sit here and complain about names, uniforms, Letterman jackets, all this trivial shit. But the one thing that we can all unite on is we want the team to fucking win and be good again and to have a consistent chance at contention. All I want is a ticket to the dance every year. You can't go to the Super Bowl every year. It's hard to build a dynasty. We're watching the Chiefs in the midst of one right now. We watched Brady and the Patriots over 2 decades. They come few and far between. But what I want is a team that consistently has a ticket to the dance and has an opportunity to contend for something. 31 years old. I'll be 32 in October. 0-11 win seasons in my lifetime as a fan. 0 seasons where a quarterback has thrown for 30 touchdowns in a season. Quarterbacks don't see a second contract here. We barely see rookies hit a second contract here. It's the little things, man. It's the fucking little things that I want here. Baby steps. Fat Trail having a parade in New England by Bailey Apartment. He probably is. And you know if he having it, you know Chase Young gonna be there. Because you know Chase Young gonna always find him a celebrity or a camera. Wherever the parade is in the city, DC, Maryland, Virginia, shit, pull up to the draft party at the harbor and let's celebrate out that jump. Let's show the team how happy we are that they're moving on from this idiot, from this absolute buffoon. Try being 36. Hey, 36 just means your childhood, you witnessed winning. You saw winning in your childhood. My childhood has been all pain. My adulthood, my teenhood, my adolescenthood, it's been all pain. All pain. This is awesome. Blessing news. Looking forward to the future of the Commanders. Yes, sir. Everybody, it's a parade inside my city. Yeah. We out here, man. What Meek Mill said, we used to pray for times like this. How great is our God? Pull up to Audi Field Sunday. Oh, yeah, at the Defenders game. Oh, it's going to be litty in there. It's going to be a lituation in there for sure. We got 209 in the chat right now. Shout out to all y'all. If y'all are not sub to the channel, sub to the channel. We keep it real over here, unfiltered, raw, and we keep it everything Washington Commanders on this side. Yes, sir. Let's go. We are Sheen, what up, family? How we doing? You getting drunk? We all getting drunk. I don't even drink. I'm about to get drunk. Find me the closest ABC store, the closest liquor store. I need something in my system right now. When I see my pops later, we turning the fuck up. We turning up in this bitch. We turning up in the. Put on your burgundy and gold colors and wear that shit proud today. Crack a joke on the Cowboys fan when you see them. Tell them we back up. Like Stringer Bell. Avon Barksdale. Tell them we back up. I'm 15. We have not won shit. Hey, bruh. I know your pain, bruh. Like, when we do the arguments with the older fan base, they don't understand. Like, they've actually seen glory. They've actually seen prominence. They've seen parades. I be telling my dad, like, shut the fuck up, Pop. You've been to 3 parades. I've been to see a Nats parade and a Capitals parade. I'm a fair weather hockey and baseball fan. I don't give a fuck about those sports. I don't. I love football and I love basketball, and I don't really give a fuck about the Wizards, but I love this team. I like the Nats. I like the Caps. That shit was cool. The Mystics too. That shit was cool. It won't ever. I'm going to shed real alligator tears. I'm going to shed a Denzel from Glory tear. Both eyes on camera in 4K for you to see when this team gets to an NFC championship. When this team gets to a Super Bowl. Shit, when they get a franchise quarterback, I'm gonna fucking cry. I feel emotional right now. I feel a little bit beside myself over a simple transaction that hasn't been finalized yet, because that's how bad it's been to be a fan of this franchise. But I love them. I love them. That fan-team relationship, we have been the battered spouse to an abusive spouse for far too long, but we keep coming back. We said, oh, they hired new people, which is the equivalent to, oh, he went to rehab for a couple months, but he's still kicking our ass and we keep coming back. He's gone. And we're finally able to start over with another person, someone who's better for our soul. Do we know it's going to work out? No, because nothing is promised in life. Nothing is guaranteed in this life but death, taxes, and the Cowboys choking in January. Those are the only things promised in this life. The only things. The only thing. Death, taxes, and the Cowboys shitting the bed when the playoffs start. Those are the only things that are promised in this life. I believe that shit's in the Bible somewhere, or whatever book you read, about, especially about Dallas. That's the one thing I do know. Like, I know we ain't going to win 11 games just as much as I know that Dallas ain't about to do shit when the playoffs start. You know what I'm saying? Tell them we back up, though. Tell them we back up. We cooking in this joint right now. We cooking in this joint right now. You feel that? You feel that feeling of just new breath, new air? The air hits different right now. Walk outside and let the sunlight hit you. Let the air hit you. It's different right now. We're living in a different world today than we lived in yesterday, because we are now in the post-Dan Snyder era. Caleb Williams just reposted Dan selling it to you. Hey, too bad we're not going to have a shot in hell of Caleb Williams, but man, woo, this season, hey, make sure y'all pull up the FedEx Field this season. It is the inaugural post-Dan Snyder season for the Washington Commanders, bruh. Everybody can breathe different. I saw it already. Hey, exactly. Hey, man. Hey. Whoever let Magic cook, I love you. Let's go. I just got the news. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm not media. I'm not the news. But I told you when that news came out, I'm coming up. I ain't been live in a minute. I've been getting situated. I'm living in the city now. I've been getting situated. My schedule's been all types of hectic for the last couple months, but expect to see me doing this on a regular basis again, because I miss y'all. I miss the live stream. I miss the live interactions with you guys. It is a celebration and a parade inside our city, y'all. Dan Snyder is out of here. He's gone. He's gone. I was just outside in Northern Virginia. The air is nice. It's lovely. It's magnificent. It's glorious. It's glorious. How great is he? Get him out of here. I know. I feel like a born-again person, too. We're born-again football fans right now. We're about to get our football fan cherries popped because we can actually be normal football fans again and not have to worry about a bunch of bullshit. Like, just to surmise the Daniel Snyder era of DC, for those who aren't exactly familiar, this is a guy who let our first-round quarterback and his father, with his lopsided ass fade, sit the coaches down and tell them in Dr. Andrews Rehab Center, we're not running the zone read offense before. No, we're not running it anymore because Robert doesn't want to. This is a guy who let a Hall of Fame tackle out of this building for a bag of chips and some mambo sauce. Trent Williams. This is a guy including add Bruce Allen to the mix. We let Kirk and Trent Williams go for nothing when we had first-round picks on the table for both guys out of spite. This is a guy, my boy Woodbridge in the building. Hell yeah, about 20 bars in this video. We dropping a whole, remember 300 bars and running when the game was beefing with 50 Cent? We going for 300 bars and some today. Appreciate you, my boy Woodbridge in the building. 703 represent. This guy, Dan Snyder, let the scouts do their work all off season. Stepped off his yacht, fresh off the Mediterranean, walked into the draft room and said, draft this quarterback because he went to school with my son and he's local. This is a guy who let Nasty Boy, Larry Michael, and all these nasty boys pretty much abuse women in the building for 2 decades. Gave $100 million to a nose tackle. Gave a bunch of money to Adam Archuleta. Traded for Donovan McNabb. Washed Donovan McNabb. Not prime chunky soup Donovan McNabb. We're talking no cardiovascular endurance Donovan McNabb on Easter Sunday. You know when a division rival is ready to trade a player to you, he's cooked. Don't tell Danny Boy that, though. Him and Crazy Eye Serrato just going on their tours doing shit that makes no sense in the offseason. Fat lard Albert Hainsworth rolling around like a fucking seal, making $100 million to be on the field 55% of the time. That's what Dan Snyder do. And after all the bullshit this man does, instead of facing it, addressing the media, addressing the fans, addressing all of the people he brought shame to, he didn't. He sat at home and sent his wife to go take the heat for him. The fuck kind of man is that? What the fuck kind of man is that? Super Sticker Dre, what's good with you, man? Appreciate you, my dog. We celebrating in here, but back to Dan Snyder. What the fuck kind of dude is this, man? He's let this stadium deteriorate and get worse year after year. This guy, this fucking guy, this white-collar criminal dweeb fucker is finally gone. He's out of here. Finito. The owners don't like him. They've been counting down the days. They got a Dan Snyder advent calendar where they take a candy corn out for every day until Dan Snyder sells the team because they can't wait to get rid of him because he's fucking up the money for everybody. Financial impropriety. They're stealing money from fans. They're not giving fans deposits back. He's suing fans. This is who our owner was. Don't ever let anybody tell you that we embellish or we exaggerate or we hype how fucking bad this guy has been here because it's so much worse. When they do a 30 for 30 on Dan Snyder or they do a biopic movie about this fucker one day starring Steve Carell or whatever awkward ass actor they want to put playing this guy, it's going to be historical and it's going to feel like a fucking parody. It's going to feel like a parody. This guy is like having fucking... No, I'm not going to make that comparison because that wouldn't even make sense. I was going to say Ted Lasso, but Ted Lasso's a likable guy. He's a captivating, work the room, likable guy. Charismatic. Dan Snyder is the absolute opposite of that. Does Josh Harris have the most personality in the world? No, but he doesn't have Dan Snyder's awkward-ass personality. He can actually talk to and resonate with people. 2 words for Danny Boy. Kick rocks. Sayonara, hasta la vista, deuces, all that shit. All that shit. All of it. Believe it. We out of here. We're out going to MGM tonight. Everybody play the lottery, play the Mega Millions, play the Powerball, put a parlay in, go to FedEx and run up something at the sports book. Do something because it's celebrate. Take your woman out to a nice dinner. Buy her something nice. Put on something clean tonight. Do something fun because we're back up. And this is a day we need to celebrate and commemorate and put in the books of sports, DMV sports history because, man, it feels great. I wanted him to buy it too, but I think the state-of-the-art stadium's coming regardless. He can still get the naming rights to it. Schefter just tweeted that Steve Apostolopoulos is still in the mix for the team. Hey, it's sold. They've agreed in principle. Somebody's getting it. Dan's gone. Hey, miss y'all too, man. Appreciate that, man. Y'all keep me going, man. I appreciate y'all. Dan Snyder, man. It's time to get to work, y'all. It's time to get to work. Off season is an A+. I'm even gonna drink a no, don't drink and drive though. Hey, celebrate, but celebrate cautiously. Celebrate safely. Don't do that. Pedro, we out here. Young goat Pedro in the building. What's good, my boy? Let's go. We are free. We are free at last. Free at last. Thank God Almighty. We're free at last. Kick rocks. Hey, it's done, man. He's out of here. The big splash we've all been waiting for. Yep. You know Ron don't make them because Ron knew the big splash that was coming. Snyder represents everything that's terrible about capitalism. He reminds me of the Simpsons episode where Homer was wearing a shirt with Uncle Sam talking about the song. This is fact. And speaking of the Simpsons, since they predict everything that happens in human history, is there an episode about Dan Snyder selling the team in 2023? Because I wouldn't be surprised because they somehow conveniently have everything. Yeah, I just seen it now. I'm seeing it now. And hey, Steve Apostolopoulos, I guess he's trying to get in the mix too. The team being sold to one of them. He's agreed to a number and throw your dart at whether it's Josh Harris. We've heard it's Josh Harris according to the Sports Journal and Sportico. Now we're hearing Steve Apostolopoulos. The team is out. His team's out of his hands. Team is gone. And it's a great day to be a great day. The DMV Devil, he said, DMV stand up, the devil is gone. We got to call him the DMV Devil. Dan the DMV Devil. Hell yeah, maybe not them either. I know. Dan don't give a shit about nobody. He was like this motherfucker had the nerve to be surprised when his wife was getting booed at the stadium. Like, fam, you don't show your face, so people have to react somehow to somebody with Snyder's last name on it. Man, it feels lovely. It feels lovely. It's a holiday. He's agreed in principle. Let's see what Shefty and them talking about, though. Let's see what's going on, man. But we're free, guys. We're free. It's anyone's games and an agreement in principle. It's a lot going on right now, man. But Dan's gone. He's gone. That's all I know. This stream was fun as hell. We're about to get streaming some more. Are you, Lou, Rico, and Ed going to do a collab on this? I think our next collab is coming in the following days after the draft. We're gonna do a draft wrap up on my channel. Me, Lou, Ed, and Rico. They're gonna come on and we're gonna all surmise how we did in the draft. Appreciate you for the donation, my boy. But a collab's definitely coming. Smoking on that Dan Snyder pack for real. It's a parade inside our city. Left hand up. What up, Jarris? Make sure y'all sub to Jarris's corner. Make sure y'all sub to Pedro and all those guys if you're not already subbed up to them. Everybody putting out Washington Commanders content. 2 weeks until the draft. We just got the best news yet. The DMV is free of the Snyders. I gotta run, but I had to come and parlay with my people, congregate with the fellow Washington Commanders nation because it's a historic day, and I had to let my immediate raw response and reaction come out alongside my people. My folks, we are family. Football is family. We may sit here, argue and cuss each other out over who we want the team's quarterback to be, what the team's name should be, what the team's uniform should look like. But at the end of the day, we all love this dumbass team, and we all want to see this team be back and glorious and prominent again. We ain't won a playoff game since 2005. 18 years. 18 years. The entire duration of a childhood is the last time we won a playoff game. Let's change that shit. The karma's different. The karma from Dan Snyder has dissipated, and we're now at 0. Let's work our way up. Give us hard knocks. Let us show off the new culture, and let's get back to winning here in the DMV. Hell to the Washington Commanders. Appreciate the 300 that tuned in just now. Holla at your boy. More content to come later. Hell to the Washington Commanders. Dan Snyder, kick fucking rocks, dweeb. Deuces.